designers, welcome to DreamAloud Art, y'all. So good having you. So good
Hey.
having you all the time. So if you're just jumping on, you're just poking around, you're like, what are these two people talking about? What's going on here? What is this? What's the pinned comment down there about? Go ahead and follow me at DreamAloud Art, okay? Go ahead and follow and then click the link in my bio so you can see these full artist interviews, all right? And while you're at it, the pinned comment below, that's our guest, Mr. Philip, aka End of Days on Mars. Go ahead and follow him too and support his movement, all right? Because when you support another artist movement, you're supporting your own movement, right? Okay.
There you go. Yeah, right. It goes both ways,
So,
you know?
yes, thank you so much for joining, y'all. And so, End of Days on Mars. Pleasure having you. Oh my goodness. So,
yeah.
our tribe has really seen how excited I get when I see your work. I'm just like, what in the world are all these creations about? But before we dive into some of your process and some of your history and experience, for the people who are viewing right now and they don't know anything about you, who are you in a nutshell? You know, you introduce yourself to somebody, what would you say? You're like, hi, I'm so-and-so and this is what I do. What would that be?
Okay, yeah, I'm, you know, my name's Philip. You know, I'm an, what do you call it? See, I already tripping up over my words. I try and get it, and I like I stumble out and try and throw out everything at once and everything like that. So that's okay. That's why I don't know we get a lot of like in-person interviews with me. So that's I usually type everything, but I'm a freelance illustrator. I guess you know I kind of fell into it.
You said
I do a lot of commissions. Yeah, basically, no. I mean, I went to college for animation, and so I like to believe like I kind of have like a little bit of like an animator-y sort of like vibe to my work, but mostly an illustrator because I thought it'd be easier, and it turns out it's just as difficult as animation. So you know, there you go.
So go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go. Like, you know.
Okay. All right. So in a nutshell, if you're introducing yourself to someone, you would say I'm a comic illustrator.
Yeah. I've kind of fallen into comics and everything like that. So yeah, I do a lot of comics. I do a little bit of kind of everything. I've got some commercial like work too. I've done a couple music videos too, so that's been pretty cool.
A couple
of music videos.
Oh wow.
What is it? Designer Zombie Walk. I work with Pixel Pirate Studios, so I get a lot of like sort of like industry work from them. So I've been doing like backgrounds, storyboards, some character design, stuff like that. So we do like sort of like I guess we do like the animated sections of some music videos and some live action shows and stuff like that. Yeah.
You know what? Okay. Is there any way that I would have known this by going to your page? No.
Probably not. I guess I don't know because
how would anyone find out more about?
I should make a proper post. I guess I should. I mostly just post my commission work and like.
I'm just showing people your work too, but continue. I'll just show some of that.
Sure, yeah. Am I shouting, by the way? Because I have a tendency to project a little too much. So like you know. Okay. All right. Cool.
Any more questions? I'm gonna jump through this screen. You are totally fine. No worries.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. But I worked on that. Have you ever heard of Zombie Walk by Designer?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was out around like Panda and everything like that. It was like it was in his like hype and everything like that.
Okay.
And they had like another music video for like Zombie Walk, and so we did the animated section for that. That was like my first music video, and then we let's see, we did Tyga, Boss Up. We did the animation for that video. Working on another one right now. I don't think I can say because it's always like NDA till it's like out. So they're cool people, you know. I mean, they seem all right. They're very choosy with what they like to do. So I don't know if I'm like outing myself right now, but it's just like, oh, you thought it was finished. Let's like add more into it. And
Okay.
And so yeah, one of those things.
I get it. Well, my gosh, this is a lot to take in. This is like I'm trying to like absorb this. It's just business, you know. Just trying to do what I can. But I think it's very rewarding, you know, to be able to have these kind of opportunities. You know, most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know when I look at your, you know, just I mean, oh my goodness, you've seen my story post, right? So wow.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm honored. I'm flattered. I really am. I appreciate that.
Well, to already feel that kind of energy from the work you produce, and then you're telling me about other things. That's why I'm like, well, good gracious, So I feel like that is, like I mentioned, very rewarding opportunities to take part.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. So, been doing this and that here and there, just taking whatever kind of comes my way. Done a couple of comics now, a couple of indie comics. That's surprisingly more difficult than you might think. It takes a lot. It takes a really long time.
Okay. All right. Well, so give us, I have some other, questions, but since you're talking
for sure.
Since you're talking about that, tell us a little bit more. When you say it's a little more complicated or there are other layers for just to gauge our viewers, because we have people that do want to learn something. They want to learn
for sure.
Not only something or more about yourself, but like what is this process about that you're talking about? So
okay, yeah. What you call it? So
complexities. I guess that's what it boils down to for someone who's curious.
So I hit up a couple of people wanted to work with me on doing their comics and everything like that. And so usually they'll hit me up with the script. I'm gonna go I guess through the comic book process and everything like that.
Okay, that's good.
So people send me scripts that they worked on, and then it's kind of my job to sort of translate that script into a sort of storyboard or a rough layout of pages and stuff like that.
Okay.
And since I do a lot of indie work, it's not a lot of people know the rules. It's a lot of people's first time making comics. So I kind of have to sort of break things down and say okay, well you can't get 12 panels on a page. You have to maybe break that page down into 6 or something like that. So I'll have to take one page, stretch it out into 2, or take a double spread page and kind of condense it all into one panel up here and stuff like that.
Ooh, okay.
And then there's that. So
see, you're already telling me things I wouldn't even remotely think about.
Oh, that's good.
yeah, but I can see how that. Yeah, there's
it's just about working with people. Yeah. And it's a balancing act and everything like that. It's time consuming. I think is something that it doesn't seem like it's time consuming at first. Because I thought like I said I was going to do animation, but then I was like, well, comics would be easier, and then comics is just as difficult. So it's kind of it just takes a while,
Okay. Well, what is the most complex part, or I think for me, when I think of complex, I just think of something that takes a while to actually come together. So out of the comic, I'll just say, if you can summarize that in the process of putting together a comic book, what is the most extensive amount of time that needs to be spent on something? Can that be summarized, or it all depends on the individual?
I guess it depends. I think what I found out is okay, I'm cool with line work is all right and everything like that. I'm looking to I still want to do more indie comics, but I also want to kind of get a team, because you have at Marvel they have people who do the pencils, they have people who do the line work, they have people who do the colors, and they have people who do the lettering and stuff like that, and then they have people who do sound effects. Well, I guess sound effects and lettering are all in the kind of the same vein, but doing all that at once is kind of I keep going through it. It takes a while and everything like that. So I'd say the coloring kind of takes the longest and everything like that, because that's always something that could be just that could be anything. Line work is what it is. It's black and white. But colors is oh man, what's the color for the scene? It's infinite possibilities.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a real craft, for someone to be able to select that and narrow it down. And I mean, that's a whole nother subject on its own.
Well, yeah, it's all about experience. You just, just hammer away at it, and eventually, you just kind of get a rhythm for it.
Got you. Okay, so let's learn a little bit more about you, because I'm guessing we may come back to the topic of your process and everything too, because I'm very curious, but I know some other folks are curious about it too. But let's rewind. Let's go back to whenever that was. When did you actually choose art, or did art choose you? Has it been something that's always been with you? I think that's what I'm wondering. Or if you just had a really strong moment,
I think
I want to do this. What?
I mean, for you? It started I guess people kindergarten and stuff like that.
We're
I just I'm rolling all the way back to I can go even further back, because I remember I remember like being at home with my mom and just like all these like stick figures. I used to ask her to draw stick figures for me on a piece of paper, and then after school, like, you know, I was just kind of like messing around with it. I was trying to do what she was doing, and then like I was like, oh, I can do this too, and then like that's been kind of drawn ever since.
Now you were
kind of like my calling.
Well, you were.
Ooh, did I cut off a little bit?
You did, but you're back. You're back right now, and that's
okay. Okay, cool.
But you started drawing. Okay, what was the direction when you started drawing to what you do now? Like, how did you get there? You know, I mean, did you experiment in other mediums, or were you inspired by other people's work? Like, what was the bridge between that?
So cool. I've been drawing all my life. Went to art school. Well, not like, well, I mean, VCU. You're in Richmond, right?
Oh, that's so, yeah.
VCU, yeah, Richmond people, yeah. Represent RVA.
Okay. Yeah, that's another talking point for us too. Most definitely. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's for the people that don't know what I'm talking about. We're in the same city, y'all. We're in the same
local
city.
Stuff, yeah.
Yes. All right, so you went to VCU, you were saying?
I went to VCU.
Hey,
I went to the kinetic imaging department and everything like that. I graduated, of course. And then after I graduated, I didn't really like get a lot of like job opportunities, and it's really like my fault because I was more like, what was that?
You said you did not get.
Oh no, I was just kind of like lazy about like I didn't know what to do. Not a very competent kind of person around that time, so I just and I had a job. So my idea was I was just gonna make animations on my own, and then like people were gonna see it, and then people were gonna come, and then I was gonna get a job that way. And it's not the best way to do things, but it's kind of working out now. After it takes a long time, I guess is what it is.
Right.
Because you can apply for a job and get that job.
Yeah, everyone has their journey. So
yeah. So yeah, and I've just been posting stuff like online on Instagram, trying to get better. Made the switch to like full digital art, and so people just started showing up, and that's how I got with Pixel Pirate Studios, because they saw some of my work. Pixel Pirate Studios, yeah, I'll tell you more about them a little later on, I guess, maybe towards the end or something. People you should like check out later on.
Yes, yeah, towards the end. For sure.
Yeah. And then I guess, you know, I mean, I started posting on like Facebook, and then I started posting on like Tumblr, and I started posting on like more on DeviantArt, and then, you know, I started taking commissions, and then people started finding me based on that.
Okay.
And you know, then I took my first comic commission. Then I took my then I started doing a music video.
Started building up quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So,
okay, wait a minute. So the link in your bio, the link that's in your bio will take us to what? What will we be seeing?
Oh, the link in my bio takes you to the my imprint store. I've been trying to like sell prints. So that's what that is right now. I could switch it out. I mean, we'll see. I kind of like change it up once in a while.
Right.
Yeah,
completely up to you. Okay, all right. I was just curious about that. So
sure.
I'm going to touch on the formal education. Okay,
for sure.
What are your thoughts as far as, well, you can only tell your viewpoint on this.
Yeah.
Formal education, and what, or like how much of a part has it played in what you're doing right now?
Let's see. I mean, like I said before, like I try to tackle like I guess a lot of my illustrations in sort of like an animatory kind of way.
Okay.
That's not the word, but like I try to.
I understand. I can decode. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, it's not like animation, but it's kind of similar to it. I incorporated it in a way, or at least I think I have. I you know, everyone's opinion is subjective, so what other people see, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think I learned like a lot of people. Like I learned a lot more outside of school. Like that's because in school, I did kinetic imaging. It was a lot of like video work, a lot of like sound editing.
Okay.
Messed around with some 3D models and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff I don't really like do as much anymore, but I can do if I wanted to.
But you know, I mean, I feel like that's when the passion is real. You know, is when you're doing it outside of the classroom setting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like I started like just I bought a book on anatomy. And I was really like, you know, I started like highlighting like sections of it, and I wanted to really like know the human body like inside and out. And
Mercy.
so, yeah. So,
Okay. Okay. So, all
uh-huh.
right, all right. You're okay. I have to collect my thoughts because I
Sure.
have so much in my thoughts because
I feel like I'm
once
like ear beating you. Are you? I'm not just like verbally diarrheaing all over the place. Like I'm
you're
okay.
fine. You're
Cool.
fine.
All right.
So I feel I don't know. I feel like I need to just pick one and run with it because instead of asking about several of them. But here's
Mm-hmm.
this is one of my favorites and what seems to be a lot of people's favorites. This one.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Where how do you okay, where do you start? Where do you start? Let's just say I'm somebody on IG. I follow you and I love your work and I'm like,
Sure.
how can I create something like this? Where does somebody start with this?
Okay.
What is your process? So where do you
That was
start? Where do you start?
that was a character design commission for Sammy J Comics.
Yes, yes.
He's out there too. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So first I kind of do like this like little like sheet of like these like 6 sort of like designs and stuff like that. I might be doing a lot more work than people should be doing for just a regular commission, but it's a character design commission.
That's okay. This is your process. So
there you go. All right.
respect.
I'm gonna try and own it. I'm gonna try and get it confidence, you know. But yeah, so I do like these like 6 little 6 little like, you know, stick figure figures and everything like that with different kinds of clothes based around the person's design.
Right.
So after that, you know, after they pick a design, you know, I do a pose one, or I do either like a model sheet or I do a picture like that.
Okay.
So model sheet is definitely like, you know, just character turnaround. So like, you know, the character in like one position, character from the side view,
position,
and in the back, yeah. And then, you know, you can take that and you can put that in like, you can use that for like animation reference, or you can use that for like comic book reference, things of that nature. And then, well, that one in particular was just like, you know, just a design, and then like design, and then a regular old commission picture and everything like that. Put them in a pose. So
okay,
I design them. Yeah, well,
there's so much. Okay, so I know that it's different to, and I don't know how often you've done this before, but it is different to try to explain it as opposed to actually showing someone.
For sure.
Like, I know it's been different for me. You know, my days of graphically illustrating and all that kind of stuff. So along with that, because when you had mentioned anatomy, you were studying anatomy, and then what you're sharing with us right now about the poses, you know, from different viewpoints and all that too.
Yeah.
But along with that process, the background is so like it's so on point, you know, because of that perspective. Like that perspective is wild. Like what has like, I'm laughing because like I said, I'm overwhelmed.
Oh no, it's
so what is that process like? So I'm gauging a bit, and I'm sure our viewers are getting it, understanding that when it comes to the anatomy, you got to study it. Okay, study it.
Yeah, you study anatomy.
A lot of hours in them. But as far as
exactly, basically all exercise.
What is that process like to understand the perspective and the viewpoint? You know, I mean,
it's I would say it's actually
start with that.
It's actually a lot simpler than people think. I think.
Okay.
It's because I mean it's basically just jumping into it. Like I got into like doing a lot of backgrounds after working on this like TV show, or kind of a TV show, but it didn't. It was 10 episodes long. We worked our asses off, and they showed 3 episodes and canceled it. But along the way, I did like 100-something backgrounds for it, so I kind of got like the rhythm down after that.
Mercy! Oh my goodness!
Yeah. So
that's what numbers like that.
It's just really the stuff that they teach you in like school, you know, art school, like, you know, high school, like art school, stuff like that. It's just 1-point perspective, 2-point perspective.
Wait, you said you went to VCU, right?
Uh-huh. Sorry.
No, I'm with you as far as you said 1 and 2, 3-point perspective.
Yeah.
I didn't like doing that. Okay, I'm with you. Okay. Like, I'm 1,000. I'm with you 1,000%. I had my art classes. A lot of art classes are 2 or 3 hours long. You know,
for sure. Yeah.
I was hanging out, doing something else during those times.
That's cool. Hey, listen.
So to me, that was
Uh-huh.
intense. You know, it's just like, hi, you know, like you got to get the rulers, draw it all out, and all
Oh,
of this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you have you
Uh-huh.
did you spend a lot of time honing in on your craft when it came to that too, or is that something that just came natural to you as far as backgrounds, perspectives
I guess
is concerned?
I guess like everybody, you know, like I kind of started off like kind of like you know like
Role
avoiding
playing.
backgrounds because I was
Okay.
doing it for myself, and then like I want to
Right.
just you know I think a lot of people just want to draw the characters because you like the characters a
Yeah,
lot,
you're like, can we
but like
just get to let's get
yeah,
to the
just the good
subject?
stuff, cut the fat. You know, I want to eat the pizza, but I don't want to eat the crust and everything like that. But you know, the crust is you can
Right.
sprinkle some stuff on the crust.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, and you like sort of like learn to appreciate crust after you know
Right.
you've done it like
At
enough
some
times.
point. At some
Yeah,
point, for
yeah,
sure. Okay.
yeah. And plus, I mean, like I work digitally, you know, obviously, I guess. And they've got a lot of tools and like a lot of like digital rulers you can set up and stuff like that. So like, I work in Clip Studio. I use Clip Studio Paint for like a lot of my like perspective rulers and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like, I'll
Okay.
set down a ruler and then I'll like draw it out. I take it into another program, Paint Tool Side, because I just like the feel of that pet program better.
What is that
But you
program?
can like, it's called Paint Tool Sci. It's like super
Okay.
basic. It's like
I've never heard.
Procreate for computers and stuff like that. I mean, I guess
Mm-hmm.
like desktop computers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, with like digital rulers, you can just like you know lay out your 1 point perspective. You know, you can lay some like
It
parallel.
simplifies it for you.
It reduces the amount of like tools I need to use in order to like you know get stuff down. So like you don't have to like bust out a ruler every time. You know, you don't have to like
Right.
you know, do all these like tips and tricks and stuff like that. Get your arm out there and like draw along your arm all the time.
Yeah, that,
All
I'm like,
the
no, thank you. But
yeah,
it's good to hear that those sources and have that they're out there, and they've probably been out there for a while. But it hasn't been my thing. So you know, if it hasn't been my thing, and I haven't tracked those kind of tools
for
available,
sure.
I'd have no idea. I'm just like, yo, no, thank you. But that's good that because it makes it so much easier. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You know, it's I think like working digitally, like it's just a different way of tackling a problem because like you know I guess I don't really like to paint myself because I don't like getting like messy and stuff like that. Like if I get it on my hands, I'm gonna touch everything,
Okay.
and so like I get like paint.
Guarantee I'm gonna touch everything. Right.
Exactly. I had like this white hoodie one time, and I was doing this like painting, and I just like squirted brown all into my lap or something like that. It's just completely. I'm I'm
Okay.
terrible at painting. I'm not a good painter. Uh,
It
but
happens.
digitally, everything's like you know on there and it's clean, and so it works out for me in
Yes.
particular.
Yes.
You know.
Very true.
Uh,
Very true. But
yeah.
let me segue a little bit because you mentioned
Sure.
about actually painting with you know real paint. Of course,
For sure.
have you experimented with other mediums? You know, have you just experimented just to I don't know stretch the creativity a bit, or is digital like your thing? Your thing?
I think digital's mostly my thing. I think I've been trying other ways of digital. Like, you know, I tried some
Ah.
pixel art a little bit, you know, that, yes, yeah. Pixel art.
Rewind. You said you tried it. Have you actually finished something like a finished artwork of pixel art?
If you scroll down my page, like way down, I have some like some monsters. Like closer to the bottom, I have some like pixel art, like monsters. Oh yeah, they're like way down there.
Way back. Okay.
Yeah, like
you have some
close to the bottom, but there should be some in there. You're gonna have to like shift through like everything to get there. But like,
yeah, well, everything.
I've only done like 4 of them.
Well, good gracious, I'm seeing a whole lot of artwork that I have not seen, and all of these are crazy. Like, what the heck? Like this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's way back. Oh man, that's like
insane. Well,
yeah, that's like forever ago. I think it's even older than that because I think that one I didn't start posting on Instagram. I started posting on Instagram a lot later than everybody. Like I waited like a year or something like
Mars,
that.
are you telling me you've been this dope for an extensive amount of time? Oh my gosh! Like you said, it's the only way to do it, right? That was your answer.
Yeah, you just gotta, you know, post up and like that, and you know, get used to it.
Why do it any other way? But okay.
Yeah, you know,
I'll see what
go all in on one thing.
I'll see what I can find if I can actually go back to find that. But okay,
Sure,
all right.
yeah.
So you did experiment with other types of digital art. is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. And I've done some like 3D stuff too, and still doing like some animation, but like not like a whole lot and everything like that. So, yeah.
Okay. Well,
So,
respect,
yeah,
respect. All right.
for sure.
So I'm going to ask about support. What has support been like for you? Like, who are some of the biggest supporters of your creative ventures throughout your life?
Oh man, I definitely like. I don't think I would have like made it as far as like been as like popular if I hadn't have like we got like a really good community out here. I know you talked to like C Night Art, Obi Games Make Art, Mike Tony, Mr. Dramatic. I got my little list here. I wrote everybody's names down because I'm got it,
But they're part of your support system.
Yeah. They share my art, and I try and share theirs as well. And
Wait,
that's got Metallica.
Nikhil Sebastian. So much about Metallica.
Oh yeah, he's got great stuff. Yeah, for sure. Definitely check out his page. Let's see. Book Jackson art too. I guess we're doing shout outs early and everything like that.
No.
Well,
even though they are shout outs that you're giving, but I did ask about supporters. So if they are,
well then
are supporters, then they're supporters, most definitely.
For sure. I had I know I saw in the comments earlier Fall Dog, or I don't know how to say what his like username, but like he does awesome. L Dog, yeah. He does like yeah. He
I interviewed him.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yes.
He shared my art too, and he does really awesome stuff too. So it's just everybody. I mean, I got to
very supportive.
Yeah, I got over 10K followers, and I hadn't even posted anything in like a long time. So that was really cool.
Well, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that because it can be even more of a challenge when you don't have someone backing you or people backing you and things like that. So that's good.
Yeah,
that's excellent.
It's all about community and just like helping people out and sharing and stuff like that. And it's fun. You make friends along the way and everything like that. So it works out.
Definitely. Now Mr. Dramatic. He's right down the way.
Yeah. I saw him at GalaxyCon last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. If it wasn't for the Q team, then I'd be making, some link up or something for the folks. I mean, not just the people I've interviewed, of course, but
but of course, get like a local thing going.
I was in communication with, and I still am in communication with VCU as far as some art students and things like that out there too.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Good.
Okay, awesome. That's great. Like, keep that like VCU pipeline open and like that. Get some new people who are coming out.
Gotta keep the vibe. Gotta keep the vibe alive. I mean, it's critical. It's really vital for the art community.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's all about support and
right.
I mean, you can do like dope art, but if nobody sees it, then then what's gonna happen? There you go. And was it respect the artist and everything like that?
Say that. Mars, Philip Mars. All right, so I want to lead into also what have been some of the challenges that you've had as a creative. What are some of the roadblocks? What does that look like for Mars?
Definitely. I mean, I guess there's always the financial hardships and everything like that. I didn't quit my job. I kind of got laid off because I was like doing too much drawing on the job. I had a desk job. And so before I was ready, I started doing this, and then it's kind of like you should definitely have a support system before you go full freelance, or not support system, but have a savings account before you go full freelance.
Duly noted.
Yeah, because I did. I think I just came off the zombie walk video actually after I got laid off. So that was kind of all right. And then I thought I was gonna sell prints, and I thought it was just gonna I thought they're gonna fly off the shelves.
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't keep people from getting them. 3 people bought them. That's fine. I appreciate those 3 people. That's something.
I
exactly.
Understand. Years ago, I opened an online shop, and I was selling graphic tees, and I had one order, and that was it. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. So I guess that's the biggest hurdle, because everything else after that, the more financially stable, I don't want to say it's all gravy now, but the more stable you get, the more you get to sort of enjoy it. You get to sort of play around in the space a little bit, you get to do more stuff. And I've definitely drawn some things I never thought I'd be drawing. So that's pretty cool, trying to get on that Marvel level without having to necessarily go through all that. So yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I will say this too. Let me see. I was just seeing how often you post, because I was about to say, okay, because your people out here, like myself, be trying to see more of your work. But I can also get my kicks apparently by going back on your.
Yeah, you know, I've got a lot in there.
I can go back 4 years and still see a lot of wonderful pieces here. So
for sure.
I'm charged up with that. So
there you go.
Mars, I want to thank you for answering some of my questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to move into the Q&A from, or actually just the Q from our viewers. Okay, they've put some questions in the little stack of cards over here, so I'm going to pull out some questions.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you in advance, viewers, for your
questions. Thank you, everybody.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, so Legend of Ramare, Alan, he has a question.
Hey,
what is your approach? Alan. What is your approach to the composition in your art?
Okay, what you call it? Composition.
Look-alike. All right. So.
Let's see. I guess I try and follow like the rules of like composition. I do a lot of YouTube. I'm like on YouTube constantly when I'm drawing, so that's a good resource. I found a bunch of videos on like composition and like what works and what doesn't. Why. You know, you want to lead people's like eye around the page. So I'm going to try and like get in here. It's like you want to kind of like, if I was good about composition in this room, I'd kind of have myself sort of situated here, maybe a little bit lower or something like that. But yeah, it's about playing around with the space. I guess since I work digitally, you can just kind of draw it any kind of way you want it and then reposition the characters where you need them to be. So that's been a really big help for me personally. If I did it traditionally, I probably wouldn't be like, it would take me a long time to like get back to like this level of where I'm at.
Right.
But like working digitally, you can kind of like draw a character. And if I don't like where it's like working right now, or if it's not fitting the piece, if there's like a tree that's kind of like out of place, I'll just shrink the character down. I'll blow the tree up. Or I'll, you know, a lot of stuff. It's about utilizing the resource. You're utilizing your resources.
Well, so. That's an excellent answer. And viewers, I just want to add for all you artists out here, I noticed that how Mars said that you do a lot of YouTubing, but can you agree that there's always room for growth?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh man, I'm forever evolving. I don't think I'm never gonna stop like growing.
Folks they get comfortable in their technique, you know, and they're like, okay, this seems to be working just fine, or they're stuck. And then they're well, I'm going to keep doing this technique. Sometimes
and it's and hoping it works out. What do they say? Like insanity is like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So I mean, I think everybody's insane. I think that's like personal philosophy. But yeah.
Yes. Okay. Most definitely. I'm glad. Thank you for that feedback.
There you go. Yeah. But I mean, this I don't think anyone. I think as you get older, you should always be changing. You should always be thinking, you know, differently from how you thought like 5 years ago or something like that.
Open, right.
So, there's some things that I'm doing that I'm still like, you know, I post something, I'm just like, nah, it didn't work. But like people like it, and I'm like, okay, well, thank you. You know, but I still like on the inside, I'm just kind of like, exactly. I'm kind of like, I wish I could have done that better. I wish this flowed a little bit better.
Respect. It's good to have your own standard, though, you know, and not just bend and fold based on what other people want you to do, even if it's something positive, you know.
Absolutely.
Like you just said, you share, and a lot of people they love it and they're like commenting and but then for yourself, you're like, okay, you know what, I appreciate that, but there is something else.
But I definitely know that there's I definitely know. I've seen this. Some people like, okay, I'm not trying to be like, you know, but like somebody will say like, oh man, this is the best art I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
And then you'll be like, cool, yeah, that's great. I know that's not true, but I really appreciate you saying that. That's very kind of you. And I know I have a lot more work to do. But like, what you
don't know that's true. He said, I know that's not true.
I know it's true because I've said it, because I've been on other people's pages and I'm like, this is insane. Like, how did you even do that?
They mean well. Like, you know,
you mean well, and you love it. You like what the people are doing, and you're just kind of like, that's so cool and everything like that. But it's just like, you know.
Let's get to a couple more questions here. I will say, only because he said that, or you said that he's part of your support system. Larry L-Dob has a question.
Hey.
His question is Kendrick or Drake? That's his question.
Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick or Drake?
Well, okay,
Just answer
like,
with a word. Don't give a whole explanation.
okay. I want to say Kendrick. I'm gonna say Kendrick because I like it. He's very lyrical. It's fun, you know. What a DNA was really dope and everything like that.
DNA was fire.
Yeah,
All right.
where they like,
you know,
at the end they
like
tell me
most of his
something.
joints. All right, now
Yeah.
let's get back to the questions because they're filling
Okay,
up, but I'm gonna get a couple more in here.
I'm giving like a million mile long answers, so yeah.
No, that's okay. So, okay, this one's from
Hey,
Alanosis. This one's from Alanosis. She asked, "Do you provide mentorship for incoming artists?"
Mentorship. I think I don't.
Question. Thank you, Alanosis.
I don't yet. What's up now?
Oh, I was saying thank you, Alanosis, for the question.
Oh yeah, thanks so much. Yeah. I don't yet, but I'd like to. I'm working on it. I have this sort of like internal thing where like every week I try to make a video about my art. I never do, but that's always my goal for the week. Okay. Until I do it, that's always my goal for the week is to like make a video. I've got some drawings recorded that I just haven't recorded any voiceovers for or anything like that. So that's still something I'm trying to like get into. But yeah, I hopefully within the year, I'm gonna get something out for you guys with a detailed explanation on how things work.
Yay, good.
And how I do stuff.
I'm looking forward to it most definitely. Alanosis says thank you for answering that. Okay.
Hopefully I'll get to that before Christmas, something.
All right, I'm with it. And okay, we have a question from Cassian. He asked, Philip, would you consider teaching or having an apprentice to learn your craft? I think you kind of answered that as far as
yeah. I mean,
but
I definitely like it. For sure. I mean, I definitely like to, give people more like insight into the process, if I can.
Videos
yeah, exactly.
You're talking about.
But I'm still sort of like a homebody, so I'm working on getting over that. Working on maybe like talking to people in person.
Right now.
Online. Exactly. See, there you go. Okay. Practice. Okay. Right. So yeah, I mean, along the lines, I want to say definitely in the future. I'll be trying to do more. Trying to get back.
I know that if whatever direction you choose to take, I'm sure you will do very well. But with your work alone, I'm sure you'd get a pretty good, and I don't mean by numbers, but the quality of people that are drawn to your work.
Oh yeah,
I think that your work would definitely get a response. I mean, because it's very inspiring. I don't do what you do, okay? And for me, like I'm hyped. I'm charged up off of that, So
for sure, yeah. I try to keep it energetic. I try to keep it exciting,
I can only imagine for someone who actually wants to learn, like that would probably be very rewarding for them if you. For sure,
and I definitely remember like being like at that level and like being like, oh man, I wish this person would like. Like I wish they like find more tutorials from this person and everything like that. I still got some people that I'm like, they're like my total faves. And I'm still like, every time they release something, I'm like, kind of like, oh man, like I got to watch this video and all that other stuff.
Keep, you never know. And I always tell artists this, but you never know who you're going to inspire,
yeah, absolutely. They
uplift something in you too.
For sure. Yeah. And you never know what that person's going to go on to do. And then it's always nice. It keeps going, it pays it forward.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Well,
viewers, I want to thank you for your questions, y'all, and we're gonna move on to the reverse roles. So, do you, Mr. Mars, have any questions for myself?
Okay. See, I was gonna do. Okay, I've actually watched a couple of the videos like C Night and like Obi Games, and I said, okay, I got the whole like I like your like art interviewing thing. Like I like the whole like vibe. I'm trying to. I want to ask something. That's not dumb, but well, I don't know. How about this? What's your favorite movie? What's your movie you can watch forever?
I am so glad that you asked. It is Black Panther.
Black Panther. Okay, all right. That was a good one. Yeah.
Panther. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Do you like a lot of the Marvel movies?
I only watched it twice. But it's definitely something I can watch over and over again.
Legit. Okay, all right. Do you like a lot of the other like Marvel movies? Are you big in Endgame?
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me show you this.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. You should be wearing that more often. How come it's just like in the background? That should be like part of the attire. wear that to like
Doesn't
a Zoom meeting.
mesh with everything I wear, but I do keep it close.
It goes with everything. It goes with everything.
It goes with everything. All right. Do you have any other questions, or that's the main one?
That was like the fun one. What's up now?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine either way. You can have one or you don't. It's okay. But what do you have?
Okay. Well, then what about how about I'm gonna get into like some like Richmond-y questions and everything like that.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, viewers. This is
right. Let's get there. Have you been to like First Friday in a while?
First Friday.
Have you been to First Friday?
I've never been to First Friday.
Yeah. No, First Friday.
I never have, but last year, so most of 2019, I was traveling a lot.
Okay.
Lot. So that's not an excuse. It's just true, and I wasn't.
No, I mean it's fine.
I didn't really.
I haven't been to First Friday forever
that much, but one of my friends, she's an art teacher. She just told me about First Friday, so it was right before quarantine. She told me about that.
See, that's the problem. That's the sucky part about it. First Friday is really fun. I mean, I remember I haven't been out in a long time, but I mean, like First Friday is like some great stuff. You get to see some really cool stuff.
I hear quite a bit. Ever since you told me, it's like, all of a sudden, I got bombarded with.
And it's just like a fun Richmond-y thing to do. It's a fun, like, sort of like, you get to see like familiar faces and stuff like that. Like they come out and all that good stuff.
I'm with that. I'm totally with that. Yes. Like, hey, minus I call it the Q team, but minus the quarantine, I certainly want to have some get-togethers or something, out here. Because, we're all, there's actually a lot. As far as Richmond is concerned, they're like, I read an article, it was like the top 20 in like the arts and culture in the country.
I mean, I believe it, I mean, definitely something along those lines.
So, okay, all right, cool. Well, thank you for your questions. I appreciate it. I love when people ask me about what movies I like, because
you can do
say Black Panther. I will say that,
you get to know a lot about a person from like what they like in media and stuff like that, like what their vibe is.
And I do appreciate that question because I love my artists, but some of them do tend to ask some of the same questions, and I know that there's a strong curiosity, like tied into like this platform and all that too. But I appreciate you stepping out of the norm. So yes, thank you for that. Now we are going to engage in the word game.
Oh, the word game. Okay, cool.
Word game. So you should be familiar or have some kind of idea of what we're.
I got it. I watched the other interviews. I'm ready. I'm good. Like I've been trained up and everything like that.
I'm good. And everything. Here we go.
All right.
So
here we go.
I have learned to mix up the word game. Okay. So I don't always ask the same words, and I don't always have the same word game either. So this one is I will call off a color.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Call off a color. And you tell me the very first thing that comes to mind.
All right. I'm trying to keep it PG.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to get what?
I said I'm trying to keep it PG. You go off the dome, and you never know what's gonna like come out. So I'm
here we
go. Keep it for the kids.
But I will say this: if it takes you a minute to actually think of something, then we can just move on. Okay. It's not like I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you every time you don't answer. So
deducting points. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna win this game.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Right. There are 10 colors that I'm going to give. Okay.
10 colors. Okay.
And the very first color is brown. Brown.
First thing. Brown, like that hoodie that I ruined with all the brown paint.
That's I love how fast you're answering.
Oh yeah, creative fields. You gotta like word association.
That's what I appreciate. It's the first thing. So
there you go.
The next color is turquoise.
Turquoise turtles, because it sounds like there's a Yu-Gi-Oh card called like Amethyst Turtle. So there you go. Turquoise turtle. Yeah, there you go.
I'm with that. You're starting to get tears. This is when I know it's a good interview, when I start crying a little bit.
There you go. All right.
So your next color is yellow.
Bees. That's not a very creative answer, but I like bees. Like I'm scared of murder hornets.
Wait, Mars, hold on. When you said bees, you sounded disappointed in your
Because
answer,
I'm like, you know,
you're like, I'm gonna say bees.
because it's a time limit, and I'm going off the dome, and it's just like bees is an all right
Sounded
answer,
so
I guess.
disappointed. You're like bees.
I'm disappointed in myself. I could have done better.
Your next color is green. Green.
Green, like Jello, green Jello.
Green Jello.
Yeah, that works out, right? I don't,
Yes, good
I don't like
answer.
green Jello, but that's that's where you go with it.
Your next color is black. Black.
Black, like a black hole. I get
Black
really
hole.
into space stuff,
Okay, a
universal
black
stuff,
hole.
so
A
very
black hole.
terrifying, very scary.
You would have gotten 25 bonus points if you said Black Panther. So.
Oh, see, all right, yeah, that's all right. I failed that one too.
That was a totally just random rule. Next
2 points
color,
deducted. All right.
2 points deducted. Next color is white.
White. Snow. That's also a really boring answer.
Snow.
Maybe like white rabbits or something like that. Like Alice in Wonderland. There you go. Is that cool that I changed the answer?
Acceptable, yes.
There you go. There you go. All right.
The next color, you have 3 more colors after this one.
3 more colors.
Next color is purple.
Purple, like everything I draw. A lot of things I draw are purple. I don't mean to do it, but a lot of them, I've been branching out lately. Like if you go closer to the bottom, a lot of them are purple.
I'm seeing quite a bit, especially right here. I'm seeing this
one. Big purple person for some reason. I don't know why. It just looks good on everything.
Respect. Okay. All right. Your next color is orange.
Orange. Murder Hornets. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh man, they got like the Murder Hornets are like coming through now with all the quarantine stuff. We got like super bees coming in from Japan. That was like 2 days ago. Yeah, they got Murder Hornets now.
This is something that's Google worthy. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Ooh, this is a good video. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's cool. Let's go. Go for it.
Certainly have to find out. Okay, so or you can DM me whatever video you're talking about.
For sure, yeah. There's a guy who's taking bug stings for a YouTube living. It's weird, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, we got the folks laughing about that. All right, so your next color is pink.
Pink like elephants, like Dumbo. I was gonna say cotton candy, but pink elephants.
Are you buying time when you're drawing? You're like pink like.
No, just a little like. Listen, I don't know the rules. I'm just saying, that's.
Oh. Okay. Your very last color, Mars, is red.
Red. Blood, like horror movies.
Okay.
Yeah, just I watch a lot of them.
Okay.
People get chopped up. It happens.
Mars, it's okay. It's okay. That answer is totally acceptable. Thank you so much for playing and participating in my word game, Mars. Greatly appreciate that.
This is super fun. Yeah, I really like the colors. Yeah.
So give us some shout outs before we close it out.
All right, I'm gonna run through my list. I got Little Devils Club. That's my boy Jared from like college. Jack the Jackrabbit. I've known him since like Tumblr. He's awesome. We got C Night Art. Yes. We got Johnny Storm 803. He's a really good guy. You should like check him out.
I know who that
Bo Jackson. Yeah. Bo Jackson Art. Mike Tony Design. Super Mega Dopey Dope. Okay. Yeah, Obi Games Maker, of course. Metallica, he's really cool. And let's see. And then Saxton Moore is a guy who brought me into Pixel Pirate Studios. So Saxton Moore, you should definitely talk to him. So yeah, I'm trying to say it. Yeah.
All right.
And there's more, but
Yes, I'm glad that you shout them out, most definitely. And again, thank you so much for joining us. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Viewers, shout out to y'all. Okay, we really appreciate you. We love your questions too. So peace to y'all. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove you from this end. Okay, Mars.
I'm out. Take me out.
So
I'm done. Bye. See you around.
See you later. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. All right. Peace out.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, y'all. Awesome interview with End of Days on Mars, aka Phil, aka Philip, aka Mars. All right. So y'all came with some really good questions. Greatly appreciate that. As always, dream aloud, And RTA stands for, oh my gosh, what does RTA stand for? Oh my goodness. Respect the artist, right? Because we do that all day, every day. What else would we do? Come on, really? So, peace from here to the far east, y'all. Love y'all.